In this video, we will be going over the science of weight management. Some important factors of weight management are your diet, the foods you eat, your metabolism, supplementations, and exercise. A big part of what your body looks like is what you put into it and how your body reacts to what you put in it. This is where the glycemic index comes into play. The glycemic index is a measurement of how fast certain types of foods raise blood sugar compared to white bread, regardless of how many carbohydrates are in it. The comparison is made between white bread because it has the highest glycemic index. How fast your blood sugar increases is measured on a scale between 0 to 100, where 0 indicates no increase in blood sugar and 100 indicates the fastest increase in blood sugar. The rating of foods in the glycemic index scale can be broken down into high, medium, and low. Foods with a high glycemic index have a rating of over 85. Foods with a medium glycemic index have a rating between 60 to 85, and foods with a low glycemic index have a rating of under 60. Examples of foods with a high glycemic index are potatoes, white bread, white rice, instant oatmeal, and most breakfast cereals. Foods with a medium glycemic index are yams, brown bread, brown rice, pasta, and corn. A common misconception is that sugar has a greater impact on glycemic control than starch. However, research has shown that starchy foods like bread and potatoes have higher glycemic index values. So, what happens when you eat a food with a high glycemic index? Let's take pizza, for example. When you eat a slice of pizza, sugar quickly enters your bloodstream, which sends a signal to your pancreas to release an excessive amount of insulin. This process is called insulin dumping. The extra insulin causes an excessive uptake of sugar by cells. This leads to excessive fat storage, which leads to weight gain. Eventually, the long-term effect of having high insulin will be central upper body obesity. This is why it is important to have your diet consist of foods with a low glycemic index. Research shows that low glycemic index diets result in reductions in weight, body fat percentage, BMI, waist circumference, waist-hip ratio, visceral fat area, basal metabolism, cholesterol, LDL levels, and triglyceride levels. In terms of weight loss, metabolism is important because it determines how energy is used and how many calories are burned. With a lower metabolic function, your energy expenditure and amount of calories burned goes down, and your percent of fat storage will be higher. Keith Frayne notes in his piece, Metabolic Regulation, A Human Perspective, that the human body is also a device for taking in energy, chemical energy, in the form of food, and converting it to other forms. Frayne. To break things down, there are two processes in your metabolism. The first one is catabolism, which is when compounds are broken down with a release of energy, such as during exercise. The second one is anabolism, which is when compounds are constructed with the use of energy, such as muscle growth after exercise. Ideally, a healthy person would want both processes to be occurring simultaneously. There is a lot of speculation around how to boost your metabolism. The truth is that the most efficient way to boost and maintain a healthy metabolism is through consistent exercise, appropriate sleep, and a balanced diet. There are a plethora of different weight loss supplement sources on the market, each with its own claimed benefits. There is protein, which controls hormone and appetite regulation. Caffeine and green tea extract, which both contribute to appetite suppression. L-carnitine, which is a metabolic booster. Omega-3, which is a metabolic modifier. Vitamin D, that is rumored to reduce fat cell production. And lastly, fiber, which improves GI function. Irene Lethe mentions in her Weight Loss Supplements piece the concept that a commonality of supplementing for weight loss is the desire for appetite suppression, but this does not make it healthy. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, is responsible for the regulation of dietary supplements and does not classify them as drugs. The National Institute of Health notes that dietary supplements do not require pre-market review or approval by FDA. This means that there is a strong chance many of the supplements we readily consume are very loosely regulated. To further this, there is also little to no research ensuring the effectiveness or safety of many popular dietary supplements. Increasing research shows that supplementing weight loss may actually have adverse effects on health long term. While there are many advantages to understanding the ways your body processes food, dieting simply isn't enough. A study conducted by the Best Practice and Research Clinical Gastroenterology Journal found that 50% of people who lost weight dieting gained the weight back. The study also found that exercise provides better long-term weight management than short bursts of dieting. This is because your body's metabolism adjusts to the lower caloric intake and isn't prepared to handle your abrupt return to normal eating. During exercise, your body draws energy from the Krebs cycle, which breaks down blood glucose as well as stored fat to convert into energy. This engages after roughly 2 to 20 minutes of exercise and is one of the best ways to induce your body to burn fat. Additionally, a study conducted by the Strength and Conditioning Journal found that exercising on an empty stomach promotes the use of fat over glucose in the Krebs cycle. Burning fat can be seen as a balance with total energy intake on one side and total energy expenditure through exercise and daily metabolism on the other. The Journal of the American Dietetic Association published a study which focused on maximizing fat burning through exercising. The study found that low-intensity cardio lead to the highest rate of fat being used in the Krebs cycle during exercise at roughly 40 to 50%. However, the study also found that the best way to burn fat overall is to maximize calorie burn during any given period of time. After a strenuous exercise, the body will continue using the Krebs cycle to recover the energy expended and burn off fat at a later time. Thus, HIIT workouts or high-intensity interval training induces the greatest amount of fat burning in a given window. Overall, our recommendations are to exercise at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity per week. Only use supplements for deficiencies. Prioritize sleep and manage your stress. And have a diet that consists of whole, nutrient-dense foods with low glycemic indexes.